we're going to start tracking all these names of people who don't show. And unfortunately, there might be some innocent bystanders who have their names placed in the tee sheet by their friends because they want to hold a spot. But those people might get penalized because they don't realize that their name's in the sheet, and we're going to count them as no-shows because we don't see them here.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's a lot. And
yeah.
All good information. So to kind of summarize that, you can see how many people come on these shotgun days, over 200 people, which is great. Golf is in high demand, especially in peak season here at Iron Oaks.
Absolutely.
And what I'm hearing you say is, hey, when I make a tee time, or a member makes the tee time, hey, put in the players' names that are actually playing. That's very, very important because you don't want to skew anything.
Right.
And you're also tracking that now, which is great. Also, you want to maximize the tee sheet so everybody can get out. So that no-show factor does come into play. So make sure you just don't fill up a foursome when maybe you're not really having a foursome. We want to get everybody out and have equal access to the golf course. Now, also, how do you handle, I was looking this morning, you've got lots of people playing. What are guests supposed to do? Do they need to check in?
Absolutely. So, you know, we have guests, we have members who bring guests in, and we'd like to have them come in with their guests to check in. Again, we're trying to keep accurate account of all the rounds and the people who are playing. Same thing with play cards, right? People who have play cards need to go into the shop to check in, get a punch taken, and then they also need to check in with the starter out here so that we know that you're a punch card member, that you've taken a round to make sure that you're paying for your round when you go play. And the same thing with guests. A lot of times people make a request and just put guest as their second or third person or fourth person, and we don't know who that person is. And so if you're making a Chelsea request and you're going to have outside guests or family, we would like you to put a name in that spot so we can keep count of that as well. And we need everybody to check in with the starter when they arrive instead of just pulling in and going out to the driving range or the putting green. We want to make sure, again, that we're having accurate counts, and we want to know who's on the golf course. You know, and it's not just for knowing who's there, but if there's an emergency, we want to know what hole they started on. If their loved one has an emergency and they call the golf course, we want to know that that person is actually here and that we can find them on the golf course, because there's a lot of things that can happen, and if we don't have the right name, we don't know where to search for people at times.
That's a great point. Safety is very important here. Well, Eddie, you and your team are doing a great job. You certainly have your hands full with the amount of golf play we have here, which is all great. So thanks for being with me today. Appreciate all your help. Take care.
Thanks, John. We'll see you on the golf course, everybody.